Dude.
Come on, Hobo Joe.
All right. Okay. I'm coming, and I'm here. Hey there.
Hey, you ready to record?
Record, right? Okay. Yeah, fine.
Let's go.
Ow!
Ow!
You hit into me and it hurt.
No.
Wait, where's my body? My body, my
Here,
head.
heads up.
Oh, thank you. Here, let me give you a hand or an arm or both.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the Two of a Bunch podcast.
I'm Lily.
And I'm Joaquin.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Two of the Bunch podcast.
Hello.
Liliana.
Mhm.
She's here.
I'm here.
Joaquin. And he is also angry. Yeah. I think we have announcements. I'm sorry that I can't give you guys
It's okay. We'll do the
normal welcome.
announcements. All right. So, on the 24th, there is going to be, like we've been saying, fights. So that morning, because it's a Saturday, that morning we're going to do our breakfast bunch thing. Go live for you guys if you want to, be on with us. But that night we're also going live because of the fights. We're gonna watch from the beginning of the main card. We might watch the last prelim. It depends on what happens, but we're probably gonna watch from the first main card all the way to the end, which I think it starts at like 10. If you want to watch the fights, they are free on Paramount Plus if you have Paramount Plus. So that's actually pretty awesome.
Dana White's very smart.
He's a genius. But that's for that one. Again, well, less so again, but more of thank you guys, because we have 7 new subscribers in the last 28 days. That's huge for our channel. Like, we gained
For us.
31 within like 3 years. 7 within the last 28 days is awesome. So we've officially have 38. Once we hit 100, again, saying it just in case you haven't heard it, I am making or editing a special video for you guys. Again, can't tell you because it's a surprise. So, yeah, this is a surprise video for when we hit 100 subscribers, guys. Thank you for how much we have gotten so far. And our views have been really skyrocketing. We appreciate that. I think that was it. The subscriber thing and the live. I think that's it. You want to start from the beginning why you're so angry? Oh, okay,
Yes.
I want to go right down.
We're going to start. Guys, if you knew me, if you know me, and if you've been on this channel long enough, you've seen that I am a dopey happy guy.
Dopey happy guy. Where's the dog? Dopey dopey. I'll find it.
But this episode, I felt like we swore. But if there was one thing I hate more in this world, besides hornets and fire,
You don't like fire?
fire is my second biggest fear.
Why are you afraid? Okay, go ahead.
I don't
Hornets
think
and
it's
fire.
fire. I think it's burn. Getting
Yeah, that
set
makes
on fire. That's the real fear. It's
And being
idiots
shot in the head with an arrow.
and the IRS. That's about it.
That's about it. Go ahead.
We don't know what we're talking about. Either way,
Yeah, that's
it is idiots, ignorance, foolishness, stupidity. The point is,
a lot of stupid people.
there's one guy. I forgot his name because I didn't get it.
Let's not do what he was doing, which is trying to ruin somebody.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, you're
He
trying to
was
make me
trying
be a
to ruin
Christian.
somebody.
You're trying to make
And
me.
he's not the only person, will be nice to say person, who has done that. Will be the Christian example.
There was one specific person that we watched, and we're gonna put his link.
Do that.
He's an ignoramus. He's a fool,
No, he's just
narcissistic.
very biased. Not narcissistic. He's just
They
biased.
didn't. They need me to know that SpongeBob's a sponge.
Okay, that was a little narcissistic, not gonna lie.
Little.
That was
As much as Matt Walsh going, hey, want to hear me, guys? Voice act, good
okay.
show.
We need to package this one step at a time. Just one very small step at a time. Okay, so if you're completely confused, that's kind of good. Kind of good. Because we don't want to do what this person was doing and what other people have tried to do, which is trying to trash something because they don't like it, but don't understand that that's somebody's business that you're essentially ruining. Just because you have a personal opinion about a topic that's like, this dude likes Sabaton and I hate Sabaton. But they're not a bad band. They're a very good band. Plus, it's kind of a cool way to learn about history. I don't like them at all, but I understand why other people like them. Now, you can have a personal opinion. Like, I don't. Like, there's nothing in my fiber that likes Sabaton. However, you can understand why it's good. These people don't understand that there's a middle line to disliking something, loving something. Well, we'll say hate, love, and then the middle ground to, I don't really care. That is where some opinions need to stay. And this is one of the things that, like, really irk us. So, the specific thing we're talking about is the show called Chip Chilla. Now, if you are, like, Christian conservative, you probably know what we're talking about. If you've ever spent time on YouTube, you probably know...
The Daily Wire?
Not Daily Wire, but I'm talking about... You've probably seen somebody say something about Chip Chilla this, Chip Chilla that, Chip Chilla's not good, Chip Chilla is getting a lot of hate, Chip Chilla is like Bluey. You've probably heard a lot. Less so because of Chip Chilla, more because of Bluey, but we'll get there in a second. Lots of people don't seem to like Chip Chilla, which is fine. They have their own opinions. But it becomes the point where they're saying that there's nothing good about the show, that the show is just a cheap ripoff of Bluey, and the show is filled with propaganda, that the people who made it lied, so on and so forth. That it's like, whoa, bro, we need to relax.
And we need to take things in context. We need to actually understand what things mean.
Like, you can dislike something without trying to ruin it for somebody.
Well, no, they have to.
Some people don't realize that your opinion is your opinion. And it's allowed to stay your opinion. Like, it's... Okay, the best way I can explain this is with the crochet community. That's what they're called. I know. And generally, the crochet community are the nicest people on the whole planet. Like, the nicest people, usually. However, there are people that are, like, buy a new yarn and they're like, this yarn is trash, this yarn is this yarn is that. There's a specific yarn called mohair. And it's a very, very thin string, basically, of yarn, and it's got little hairs. It's, if you looked at it, you're like, how does anybody make anything with that? And crocheters ask the same question. What do you make with that? Now, what most people don't know about mohair is that you're supposed to put it with a regular yarn. So it's easier to crochet with.
Oh.
But most people don't do that. So then they're like, this yarn is trash. This yarn is this. This yarn doesn't work.
Have you used mohair before?
Yeah, that's why I learned how to do it. In fact, I put mohair with mohair, and that works even better than just using mohair alone.
Oh.
But most people don't know that.
So you just blame mohair for being trash?
Yeah, which is not fair. You just are not using the product properly or haven't given it a fair shot.
Or haven't looked into the pros of the product.
That's true. Or it's just not your thing. Like cotton yarn. People are like, cotton's rough, cotton's this. Why does anybody use cotton?
Because it's
cotton
natural?
is rough. Cotton is natural. But cotton is made for rags. So people who make gamma-gramori, which is stuffed animals, aren't going to like cotton. And you know what? That's fine. But it's not fair to trash a company for their cotton yarn when the reality is it's just not your thing. You're ruining somebody's company because you hate that thing so much. And again, you're allowed to have your own opinion, but understand what the point of the thing was. It's like adult watching a kid's cartoon, like, let's say, Jack and the Neverland Pirates, which is good for kids. If you remember watching it as a kid, you remember you liked it. Watching it now, you're like, yeah, it wasn't the greatest thing in the whole world, but
or just great.
You remembered that you liked it.
Yeah.
And looking back, like, it was a safe kids show. There was nothing bad about it. It was pretty cool when I was younger. So you have to be the right audience. You have to be the right audience. Which is what Chip Chilla is.
Well, I want to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
The Daily Wire
Mm-hmm.
named the company, or not the company,
Okay, you're going to talk about that. Okay.
the service, the streaming service that you can watch Chip Chilla and a bunch of other stuff is called a Bentkey. Some people think it's the most ridiculous name ever.
you have to understand the point of the name. Like, literally, one person we were thinking of, we're both thinking of the same person, was like, it doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. Who comes up with a new Bentkey? He literally, the guy who created Bentkey, literally carries a Bentkey on his necklace. If you knew anything about Daily Wire, like truly knew the Daily Wire, you would know that. So the Bentkey is a reference to the Bentkey he wears on his necklace.
What kind of company names themselves Netflix?
You're netting all the flicks.
What does it mean to net?
Catch him.
Nope. That's not what Netflix means.
So what does it mean?
You watch flicks on the net.
Oh, on the network. Yeah, that makes sense.
Here's the thing.
He's saying that Bentkey doesn't fit, which it
But
does.
also
if
the
you
logo
understand
is
why.
brilliant. It's a key bent to a BK.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
But you have to get the point. The point of the name of the
The significance of
the service. What do you call that?
streaming service.
Streaming service is the Bentkey he wears around himself. So it's not just some random thing. No, it belongs to like a significance of this Bentkey that he wears. So that's one thing that some people were like, "Oh, you're an idiot." Like, bro, you don't get it. If you don't get it, don't make fun of somebody for not getting it. That means you're the idiot. But the real point of this was the Chip Chilla, which is created by Bentkey. Now, the one thing that we had always heard about Chip Chilla is that it's a lot like Bluey. Now, if you've been on here, you know we're obsessed with Bluey. You know we love Bluey. Like, we've watched all 3 seasons so many times we've all lost track. And I mean all of us, as in, even our dad who doesn't even watch doesn't know how many times we've watched Bluey. Yeah, who knows how many times we've watched that show. But then we started hearing people say that Chip Chilla is just like Bluey. Now, we watched like the first 2 seasons of Bluey, and then we started watching Chip Chilla because Bentkey. Yeah.
Right, we got Bentkey.
So once we started watching it, it's not as great as Bluey. I'm just gonna say that. It's not. But Bluey is a show that no show can touch. Like
It never is going to.
there's
touch.
only one show that I think could slightly touch it, but it's nothing like Bluey, which is kind of it's greatness, which is Backyardigans. Like, this is the only show that can kind of get close to Bluey because it's silly, it's sweet, they sing, kids love singing.
slow pace, which is good for children's
Some
brains.
of the episodes, are slower. It's very cute, and the kids are pretty good singers. Surprisingly for kids shows.
That's true.
So that's the only one they can really touch. But no show is as good as Bluey. So saying Chip Chilla is not as good as Bluey is not a bad thing. Now, people always say that Chip Chilla is the cheap knockoff version.
There's way too many differences to ignore.
So one of the things we're gonna like knock off one thing at a time is the art. Now, Jojo says the art looks nothing like. I think the art looks very strikingly similar to Bluey, and I'll put it on the screen so you guys can decide for yourselves. And I've also heard people say that the original art was cool. It was interesting. It was creepy.
Very creepy, the original.
The same person that was like, "Oh, they stole Bluey, and the original was better. The original art style was better." They also showed the pictures of the original art style. It was creepy. No kid wanted to watch something creepy. Like, it was creepy.
Another
I'll
thing.
put it up there so you can see it.
Another thing, though.
Go ahead.
The person she's talking about says SpongeBob was a great show. If you know the origins of SpongeBob, it was literally an adult show this company made.
Well, that's what they said Bluey was.
Well, no, here's the thing. He changed everything about it.
Oh, that's true.
With SpongeBob, it was supposed to be an adult show. They give them the pilot and all a few first episodes. They said adults wouldn't want to watch it. So they changed nothing.
And just target it for kids.
So it's essentially an adult show that kids are all over the country are watching.
And listen, we've never watched SpongeBob, which that person mocked people for not watching SpongeBob. I don't think you should mock people on their beliefs, but whatever.
What are we doing right now?
We're not mocking on a belief. We're saying a fact. And that's why we're not saying who his name is, because we're not trying to be mean to him. But SpongeBob, from people that I have watched the show, I heard, some people really like it, but some people also find them incredibly grotesque and disgusting and mean, and they're just bullies to each other. And why would you want? Like, I get it if it's like a show like Tom and Jerry. You learn absolutely nothing from it. You just watch it for entertainment purposes. That's what SpongeBob is supposed to be. Except for it's on the more borderline of adult content than it is for kids. Because it was made for adults. And they changed nothing about the show in order to sell it to kids. So, yeah. But that's neither here nor there. So, the art is something that people always say. And the art style for Chip Chilla did change shortly after Bluey came out. So, Bluey came out. Chip Chilla was still in the works. And then they went with something more similar to Bluey. And there's even a scene where they show the kitchens. It's not completely the same. If you know where their kitchen is, if you've seen Bluey, you kind of know there's a dining room here, there's a kitchen here that break off from each other. But there's a part of the stove and countertops in Bluey that looks similar to the stove and countertops in Chip Chilla. So I honestly do get why people say that the art is similar. And honestly, I'm glad that it's similar because the original was weird.
But just saying that it's a ripoff just only solely based off of...
No, people say it for other reasons.
Art?
And we'll get there to as we get there. But the art... So, yeah, fine. If we're going off the list of what makes Bluey or Chip Chilla a ripoff. So, fine. All right. Fine. Second thing that most people always say is that it teaches life lessons and morals. All little kid shows teach life lessons and morals.
Or at least should. SpongeBob doesn't.
They're all supposed to do that. Like, literally all of kid shows. Except for maybe, like,
SpongeBob and Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, but those are more cartoons. They're also for entertainment. I mean, like, kid shows like Bluey. Like, they're meant for that age group.
But here's another thing. It's the manner of how they teach the lessons. In Bluey, it's everyday life things. For Chip Chilla, they will take events like the Olympics or stories like the Three Musketeers and teach it through that. Like the first, when our great uncle Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. That was literally the first episode.
Yeah. So that is true that they teach it in different ways than Bluey
Also,
does.
they're homeschooled, so.
Well, that's another thing that people don't understand about the show, but we'll get there. So, all little kid shows teach morals. To say that Chip Chilla is a ripoff because it also teaches morals, just like Bluey does, then Bluey's a ripoff of every other kid show that's ever come out. But it's not because all kid shows teach morals. So either everything is a ripoff of each other because it all teaches morals, or all kid shows just teach morals. That's one thing. Two is lots of people comment on how the dad is as goofy and ridiculous as Bandit is. Now, yes, absolutely. However, they're both as goofy. They're both ridiculous. However, how many times are we watching TV shows where the parents are both ridiculous?
Well, you know, Jimmy, when I was your age,
That's true.
Every single cartoon dad
shows,
is goofy.
The dads are ridiculous.
Every single show.
Not every, but most. Jimmy Neutron is a good one.
Lila in the Loop?
Yes, Lila in the Loop. Her parents are kind of wacky.
Almost every PBS kids show now.
Well, that's
Parents are
all.
goofy.
That's most kids shows. The parents are kind of wacky, which is not a ripoff thing. The parents are just quirky. Now, something that people were complaining about is that Bluey is very realistic because we see many times where the kids are like, but why can't you play with us? And it's because mom is working. It's, work day for
It's
dad.
the most realistic show out there for kids.
It really is.
Nothing is going to be able to compare to Bluey.
That is true. But people complain that Chip Chilla isn't like that because Chip Chilla's always... Chip Chilla, his sister, what's his sister's name? Do you remember? Charla and the baby. Chubbly. Thank you. All homeschooled. So, yeah, they're always at home playing. And their playing is how they homeschool.
But their parents are always at home. Well, maybe they work at home and you don't see them work.
That's true, too. But, people are like, they don't teach them anything, and but they do. There's an episode where the mom is exhausted because she was trying to put the baby to sleep, Chubbly, and Chubbly would not go to sleep. Eventually, she gets Chubbly to fall asleep, and the second that she gets Chubbly to fall asleep, her two little kids like little kids accidentally wake Chubby up. But that episode, the dad teaches them how to be considerate and quiet so that hopefully the mom can rest. And not only do they learn to be quiet, they also learn to be considerate in helping clean the house so that mom doesn't have to, again, put Chubby to sleep and then clean the wreck of the house that they have. And they do it as ninjas.
I've got buy cereal, buy the diapers, change the oil, go to Pilates.
Poor Mom. She's so tired. Well, let's be considerate and stay quiet so she could sleep. Being considerate means more than being quiet. Let's be true ninjas. True ninjas, it is.
What's this?
Which is another thing people are like, oh, this show is so cheesy. They do this stupid.
It's
like,
a
he
cute
fights with
show.
a water fountain. It's a show about imagination.
Who knows what he was fighting?
In his head, the whole point of the show is that you can use your imagination to come up with literally anything.
Oh, and here
That's what the show encourages. Using your imagination to learn. It's almost like, it's not almost like, I was going to say it's almost like Mason.
Backyardigans, that's the entire show they're playing in their imagination.
The thing with Backyardigans, though, is that you go into their imagination. The thing with Chip Chilla is that you don't, which is almost better for kids because Backyardigans shows you where your imagination can go, but Chip Chilla shows you how you can make things in your house work for your imagination. Now, sometimes they build like rocket
It's
ships
the
out
same
of
thing in
cardboard,
Bluey.
and it's a little bit difficult. Yeah, but they do. Yeah, there are a few episodes where they're like they collect things from outside and they run a store. Like, there's a few episodes like that. But they do different. Oh, like the mom is pretending to be a car. Yeah, you're right.
That's literally what was in my head.
That's the one that was in your head.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. But the whole show is to
Yeah, literally.
produce imagination amongst children and to show kids that they can use their imagination to come up with various ways to play. And not only play, but to learn. That's the whole point.
And here's another thing about the DW.
Daily Wire.
But I just like losing syllables and words for some reason.
Okay.
Great point, I forgot. Oh, we heard somebody say, I really hate
Uh-huh.
that the entire time when they were talking about Bentkey and Chip Chilla is that there is no agenda. He's, all right, what's the point? Why should I watch your show? Literally, it was targeted for no political agenda whatsoever.
Which is the point. And
And
so you're
then-
like, where are you? What's the point? What's the point? He's literally telling you. Of
It's
course
no
he's literally
agenda.
telling you.
That's the point. And another thing was that he said, oh, no agenda, then why is there a rainbow flag on his camera?
Oh, it's a Polaroid.
It's a Polaroid camera. And it's not a rainbow flag. It's red, yellow, green, and blue. I'm pretty sure there's like 17 colors missing. At first, it was just 6 colors, but then they liked algebra, so they added a triangle. It was literally just 4 colors.
Yeah.
That's not the equivalent of an actual rainbow flag. A Polaroid camera has those 4 colors at the bottom.
It's like you didn't even bother to look into that, bro. Like
He
it's
doesn't.
It's
He
a very,
didn't. He obviously didn't.
Lego even made a
Polaroid camera.
that
No,
looks
someone made it.
exactly-
Someone made a Polaroid.
No, it
camera.
was like Lego.
Oh, you're right.
You
You're
know
right,
how
right.
Lego likes to make
Yep.
sets?
Yes,
Lego
it's-
made a set
A
of the
Polaroid
exact camera
What the
that
fuck?
Chip has in his hands.
Of course, it wasn't for that, but it was
Right.
a Polaroid camera, which
No,
what
the
Chip
point
had.
is that they drew the camera in mind of that original camera, which is what Lego had in mind when they made their set. It is simply just a camera
That camera
with
right
the
there.
Polaroid sign.
This camera.
Oh, you okay?
I was actually kind of hoping you
I'm gonna. Don't worry about it.
this
But I
camera.
was like, wait, what camera do we have?
The point is, no.
It's like you want to
Anal
look for
thing.
stuff where it doesn't belong.
It
wasn't
because
there.
you did.
That and the pedophile thing. They dare to accuse Chip Chilla of having a pedophile.
It's a kid show.
in it.
It's not going to be realistic.
That's one thing. We'll get there in it, but that's not what happened. So I'm gonna put some like pictures.
Literally, if he turned his head, he would
I
have
might
saw.
even put the audio. I might do.
She might even put the scene for you guys.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll figure it out when I get there. The guy that we watched specifically, we're thinking of, tries to accuse this bunny in a Chip Chilla video of being we'll say creepy. Because he doesn't outright say it because he knows he's a liar. Because that's honestly what that was.
He doesn't know, but he
claims
knows.
He claims that he watched the whole episode, but there's no way you watched the whole episode and you thought what happened. So, to actually explain the whole episode to you, because somebody needs to, Chip, Charla, well, not so much Chubbly because Chubbly's still little, but Chip and Charla and the parents are throwing a garage sale. They're not the only ones on their block throwing a garage sale, though. Many neighbors are throwing a garage sale. So they're allowed to go from house to house, not too far away, to go check out the stuff at the garage sale. And they literally only go to the house in front of them, the house to the side of them, and the house in front of them. Literally in the parents' view. So they couldn't go anywhere where the parents didn't see it. That's one. Two, instead of doing the assignment that the dad gave them, which was use $5.
$1.
$1 to buy something, which they were both like, how are we supposed to do that? They're like, buy something for $1
That has value.
that has value. And whatever has the most value wins. Whoever has the most value in their thing that they buy wins. So Chubly's the baby. Charla and Chip go looking. But Chip doesn't really go looking. He goes to play. And as he's playing around with the neighbor's vase, he accidentally breaks it. But in breaking his vase, he drops his dinosaur toy. So,
And runs off because the guy was kind of scared looking.
because he's an old gentleman, he didn't know anything.
Who's squinting because he couldn't see.
Yeah, he looked menacing, which is kind of good. The kid left. So, because Chip broke his vase, this bunny's vase,
And dropped his toy.
and dropped his toy, the bunny, to go show him that he's not upset that he broke it, goes to give back the kid's toy. Now, the reason why I say it like that is because the guy that made this video that we're specifically talking about tried to make it seem like he was trying to whisk this child away by offering him a toy.
He literally says, "Is this yours?" And he says, "Yes," and takes his own toy back.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you like dinosaurs? So he goes
Opens up his
again.
garage wide open.
He's like, oh, he opens his garage into his... He's literally
right
the neighbor
in
right in
front
front of him.
of them.
Chip,
Rob Schneider, Chum Chum, the dad, can turn his head anytime he wants.
Chum Chum literally watches him. And from later conversation, we find out that Chum Chum actually knows this elderly neighbor of theirs.
The dad's Chum Chum.
Yeah, the dad is Chum Chum. Chum Chum literally knows, sees what's going on. There is a point in the episode where he asks, where's Chip? But that's because
Everyone was lined up for their
they were
to
lined
show what
up.
they
So
got.
he was like, why hasn't he brought his thing? It wasn't a, oh my
Where
God,
the
where
heck
did
is
he
he?
go? It was
Wait a minute. Why
why
isn't
isn't
he
he
lined
in
up?
line? That's what that where's Chip is. So Chum Chum literally sees him. And there is conversation later that he knows this old gentlemanly rabbit. What was his
Not
name?
in the
Buck?
episode. Buck, yes. But literally when, I guess, Buck gets into a retirement home, sadly, Charla is literally making cupcakes for the entire thing. Well, she volunteered to make cupcakes for the retirement home. And they're all helping out. They learn about, what's his name? Henry Ford's assembly line.
Yeah.
Very
And
important.
that's the whole
capitalism.
point of the show. That they teach him stuff like capitalism, stuff like an assembly line, stuff like
Not
they
per se
sometimes
capitalism.
teach morals.
They do
Yeah, that's
morals.
true. Not so much capitalism.
Being considerate, being safe.
All those type of things. Actually,
And here's the thing. The guy that we're thinking of.
Wait, stop.
This is
We're gonna get too far off track, and then it's gonna be a
No, I know, but here's another thing. He said.
Wait, I haven't finished. I know. So, Buck the bunny chases after Chip. He follows the kid, but he's old. He's like literally gonna do a thing. And Chip was hiding, if you're paying any attention, where the parents were. So he's just trying to give the kid back his toy, which he accidentally used to break his vase. So Chip breaks. Oh no, Chip. Eventually, the Buck, Pete's sake. Eventually, Buck gets Chip's attention, and he's like, "I have your toy. I'm trying to give it back." And he's like, "Oh," and he takes it back, and he realizes that the guy's a really nice old guy. Now, the reason why Buck opens up his garage is because Chip loves dinosaurs. Buck.
He looked for dinosaur bones.
All right, for a fact, he looked for dinosaur bones. That we do know.
The garage door is literally right open. Chum Chum
I'm trying
can
to
literally
remember
turn
what
his
this
head
said, because I know
and
you say
find Chip
dinosaur
and
tooth.
see Chip. And I didn't even think Chip walked into his garage.
Chip walks a tiny bit into his garage, but not really into the garage. Again, I'll put the video up. You'll see. So, the guy dares to accuse Buck of being creepy.
He dares to insult Daily Wire and Bentkey for supporting pedophilia.
Pretty much. And then dares to lie about how the episode ends. Because how this gentleman, will be nice to say gentleman,
This man.
claims the episode ends is that Chip buys the broken vase. Because that's what you're supposed to do when you break something. You pay for it. So he buys
It's also
the broken
only
vase.
$1, so perfect.
Yeah. So he buys the broken vase and he takes this thing to his dad. And so when his dad is checking out Charlotte's painting that she got for $1 and his vase, the dad says, "You win." And he's like, "How?"
No, Charlie wins.
No, he won.
No, I remember. He goes, in that case, Charlie is the winner. And then he goes, but even though you didn't want to Chip, you still found something even more valuable.
Okay, yeah, he's right.
Charlie won.
So she won because, technically.
Yeah.
And he was told that you got something even more valuable. Now, of course, Chip asked what, and he said that
A friend.
he doesn't really say that. And if I can find the video, I'll put on what he says. And it ended exactly what the guy says. He basically says that this was of more value. The kid says, "What?" He says,
You made a friend. He goes, yeah, Dad.
you got something worth. You got something valuable that you didn't have to pay anything for. And that's where the guy claims that the video ends. Right there. Where he says, you got something valuable that you didn't have to pay anything for. He ends it right there. I was like, wait, that's a blatant lie. It literally did not end there.
There's like 2 more
You
minutes before the
see
credits
Chum
roll.
Chum wave to the
Buck.
neighbor. You have the dad explain that what he paid for in buying the vase he wasn't paying for the vase. He was paying for friendship. Because he was doing the right thing. He was buying the vase because he broke it. And in doing that, he got a friendship. So that was the whole point. That sometimes you don't realize the value you have in things. And that something so valuable can be worth not much at all. Because that was the point. He paid $1 to gain a friendship, which was the most valuable thing. And then the guy also dared to claim that the episode had no meaning whatsoever. Yes, because friendship has no meaning.
Well, obviously, he doesn't know that.
Making videos all day like an idiot. That's what making videos.
Lying in his videos.
That was literally a lie.
Here's
I was
another
like,
thing,
Wait a minute. That's not what happened at all.
Ben Shapiro, as he's talking about Bentkey, he says that you can put on anything you want for your kids, and you're not afraid of anything that will pop on.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point of Bentkey.
You can put them in for hours, although a kid's going to be in front of a screen for hours.
That's
Literally,
what
he
it
says, and goes, oh, look at this guy.
Doesn't know he can go outside and have
Yeah, take your kids to a park. Well, you obviously don't have any kids, so you don't know what you're talking about first. Second,
That's not what the guy said. He said, because let's be honest, we all know those parents that have laptop kids. Luckily, we aren't. I know some some of my friends aren't, and their younger siblings aren't. But we all know a few of those parents that are laptop parents, because in reality, it's from the parents.
also,
Not the kids.
they might as well, if they're just going to put their kids for hours in front of, I don't know, Netflix and Disney, and then they're going to find out, oh, look at this. Those guys can get married.
That was the point, though. That if you're going to be letting them on the TV all day, might as well let them on something that's safer. That was the point. And that's all Ben Shapiro was trying to say. I mean, he literally said it. And then the guy took it out of context. Like,
And here's another thing about the Matt Walsh thing, being very narcissistic about his role.
so one of the things that this guy, because again, it's the same person, because we don't have a spans to watch. Every single person was a opinion of their own. But this guy said that even Matt Walsh's kids didn't want to watch it. Now, if you watch this, you probably know who Matt Walsh is, because that's kind of the same demographic. But Matt Walsh, let's be honest, is a little narcissistic.
Not a little.
He's slightly on the narcissistic side. I'm saying slight because the man does
But
do
also,
good things.
he said, Matt Walsh said that they didn't want to hear me. They wanted to watch another episode. So it literally wasn't that they didn't want to watch the show.
Okay, wait. So back up, so we can explain what this guy said. So he puts on Matt Walsh's clip of Matt Walsh saying that he replayed the part where he voiced a character.
This is literally all he said. I will defeat the toy. I will defeat Brontor because he is weak. I am less weak.
That's what the
That's
toy.
all
He literally does a part for a toy.
I bet Matt Walsh was looking for an
In
Oscar.
fact, maybe Matt Walsh was being funny. Maybe he was trying to be silly. Maybe he just wanted to
He
hear
has a
his
very
voice at the end.
bland sense of humor, so he could have just rightfully have been funny, trying to be funny at least.
That's true. But so Matt Walsh says that he replayed it because his kids were talking and he couldn't hear as well. Yes, that's so narcissistic. I agree. However, his kids were complaining because they didn't want to. So the guy who made the video was like, you see, even Matt Walsh's kids didn't like the video. First of all, bro, Matt Walsh has one part. No kid wants to go back for one part their dad did. Kids don't tend to care, especially because he literally had one line. So they wanted to watch the rest of the episode. Or, if you listen to Matt Walsh, he said, watch another episode. So,
I actually did not know it was Matt Walsh.
yeah, no, I had no idea that was
Highly impressive.
You're so ridiculous. So the guy says they didn't even want to watch the show that their stupid dad was in. Like, bro,
stupid dad.
like, dude, that was not what he said. First of all, he said that he went backwards to hear his own part, which the guy was like, that's super narcissistic.
But it is.
Yeah, Matt Walsh is on the narcissistic side of the Daily Wire. Like,
I still like him. He still says a lot of very smart things. And I loved his documentary.
I would never willingly watch anything with Matt Walsh, except for his documentaries, because those are actually good. But besides that, I won't watch anything.
No, I listen to Michael Knowles more than I listen to anyone else on the Daily Wire.
But that's my point. So,
I like Michael
yeah, the
Knowles.
guy's kind of narcissistic. But to say that his kids didn't want to watch the show is a lie, because that's not what he said. He said they didn't want to watch this part,
yeah.
and that they wanted to move on to the next episode. So basically, they were sick of their dad's narcissism. That is it.
Matt Walsh kids like no, father, we want to move on to the episode.
Like, let us finish, please. Like, it's ridiculous how out of context he took the gentleman that runs the Daily Wire. I can't remember his name. The Bentkey guy. We'll call him the Bentkey guy. Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, the show itself. Like,
Especially that he'll put up the clip. It's like she says, "My favorite color is green," which it isn't, but she just goes, "My favorite
is,
color is
actually.
green," and then I go, "You heard that all?" She said her favorite color is orange.
literally what he does. He literally does stuff just like that. Like, were you even listening to what you put up, bro?
I don't think he is.
So, Chip Chilla is not a ripoff off of Bluey, bro.
Especially that there's a lot of other
So,
differences.
Again, let's go down the list again. Art,
Okay,
it depends on who you ask. I say yes.
I don't necessarily think. I think the coloring's way more flat. There's different shapes that they use, different forms of shading,
So,
different
yes or no?
hand drawn.
He says no.
I think you actually
I
have
say
to
yes.
draw to understand the difference between the actual art. I've tried to draw. I've attempted
Listen,
to draw
I
both.
see what you're saying. However, there's a difference with eyes, and eyes can see that it is pretty freaking similar. Now, you could be right. It could be completely coincidental. It could be
No,
that it was just a
coincidental.
better idea. Because honestly, Bluey's color scheme and like thing was just
Hand-drawn,
better. It was
painted.
just better. So why wouldn't you want to imitate what is better? So the art, fine. Yes, you get that. They teach you morals in every episode. That's every kid show. No. The dad being kind of crazy. Most kids
Rob
shows are
Schneider
like that.
voices him. He's gonna be a little crazy. I'm being
Rob
honest.
Schneider only voices him for the first half of the season.
Well,
First
yeah,
half of the first
but
season.
still, if he's starting out, you're gonna continue the character.
I feel like I like Rob Schneider. I'm not saying anything bad about him, But I feel like the other guy later did better than Rob.
I think Rob Schneider is better with like comedy.
Rob was good with
acting.
comedy and stuff, but I feel like the other guy
Maybe just voice acting.
was better with changing voices.
Oh yeah, then change of voices, and yeah, definitely.
So I think that's what gives the newer one so much appeal, that he like changes his voices for the characters. When Rob was enthusiastic, he was very kind. You
Also,
appreciated
there's
his
another
character.
big difference between Bandit and Chum Chum. First, Bandit is more based on moral when he's trying to teach his kids, but a lot of time when the kids learn, it's spontaneous.
The dad is more
With Chum Chum, you can
being
see he
kinda
learns.
crazy.
He knows a lot about books. He
That's
knows a
true.
lot about a lot of things, and he teaches the kids through the things that he knows.
Yeah, Chum Chum is more
He guides them.
prepared. Bandit is more
Also,
of,
it doesn't have to be realistic. If it's literally meant for kids.
that's another thing. People were like,
You're-
it's not realistic.
SpongeBob is literally a sponge living in the water with a freaking sea
Well, let's
star.
talk about Bluey. Bluey, for the most part, is the most realistic kid show you see. Like what we were just talking about, Bandit being kind of spontaneous. As young as Bluey and Bingo are, you kind of expect Bandit and Chili to be spontaneous. They're still learning, which is one of the greatest parts about the show. That parents feel like sometimes like they're not doing good enough, but you see that like every parent is going through that, and it's the perfect example in Bluey. Like Bluey shows you that every parent is just still learning, and they're still progressing to do, and they're still growing, and it's not just because you have one bad day doesn't mean every day is going to be like that. That's the greatness of Bluey. It's very realistic. Now,
A kid show
that's
does not have to be realistic.
say they're always realistic. Like there are episodes where they do crazy things. Like what's the one I'm thinking of? The Yoga Ball. Yoga Ball, all those games could be played, but in reality, we all know that Yoga Ball is not gonna roll that fast and crush Bingo. Like it hurt Bingo. Like it hurt
Bingo, bingo.
I meant like it hurt Bingo.
Bingo, bango.
Bingo bango. But that's my point. It like hurt Bingo. Now, could she have gotten hurt? Yeah, but she's 4. There's no way it would have hurt her that much.
So a sleep-deprived kid isn't going to run
that's
into
not the
a car
point.
into a freaking
That's
water
true
fountain
too.
and
That's-
scream a Simpsons reference. That's not going to happen.
That's another thing. I'll get there in a second. But that's okay because it's a kids show, and we all like a little bit of nonsense. And most shows are like, you're telling me Jake and the Neverland Pirates is realistic? What about Jake and the Neverland Pirates is realistic?
What about Wonder
to you?
Pets?
Wonder Pets? What about Little
Wonder
Einsteins? What
Pets,
about Team
Wonder Pets,
Mizumi? Like all these little kid shows.
They don't
None
have
of
to
them
be
are
realistic.
realistic in any way.
Also, let's
And
get
that's
the
totally
biggest
fine.
unrealistic part about all these shows we just mentioned.
Wait,
Animals aren't
Bluey's
going to
an
walk
animal.
around.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Bluey's like you're talking about that would never happen, that can't happen, that doesn't do this, and you can't do that, and that's not
There's
safe,
dogs
and
walking
that's
on
this.
2 legs.
Like, bro, it's not. If you really think that this show needs to be realistic,
Then every single kid show
then you're
is
a little bit
realistic.
on the autistic side, bro. There is no reason why the show has to be realistic if it's a kid show. Now, one of the things that specific person was talking about was that the dad is ridiculous and does ridiculous things and it's not realistic. Like, there's an episode where the dad takes a pancake and throws it on the window. And he was trying to, like, show the moon with a pancake.
It's a
Listen.
kid show.
Would some parents be upset that he threw food? Yeah, okay, I get that. However, it's not meant to be real, and he's joking. And the same guy that said that this is ridiculous and Bluey is better.
This is the same guy
Did
who
you
does
forget
SpongeBob
that Bandit rubbed his butt on the window in order to clean it?
Or licked the floors?
Like, as the guy says that the dad was ridiculous in Bluey, which yeah, but then why would the other dad's ridiculousness be worse than rubbing your butt on a window or licking the floor? Yeah, he threw food.
Or peeing in the bushes in front of people.
He could have just opened the door. In reality, because we all know there's no magic in Bluey.
Or yeah, like, all right, guys, I'm peeing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like guys, I have to. This is no game
So,
zone.
also almost every kid cartoon dad is corny or dumb or
Or
spontaneous.
ridiculous.
Well, you know, Jamie, that reminds me when I was your age. I flew a
You really
kite.
love that. Sam. You really love that one.
It's a great character, but still, that's
But that's the point.
neither here nor there.
You can't dislike a show when you're saying the other one is great, but like they do the same thing.
You know what show I despise with every single fiber in me? The Maxine show that she loves so much. I hate it. It feels fake. And all the judges
It
feel
is fake, but
I don't like it, but it's obviously a good show because they have millions of celebrities on there, and they're still making the show. And they've been making the show since I was like 7.
it is true though.
A lot of Fox shows only have like 5 years and then they're done.
I'm just gonna be very happy to hear this.
Oh, I'm going to say the truth.
That's the point.
I hate
though.
this show, and I think it's very
Like he doesn't
Agenda
let
full?
us watch it.
full. Like
He makes us.
we all have to agree what goes on TV.
Yeah.
And even if I'm not going to watch them, I don't do it.
We're like, well, you're not watching, so.
Oh, right.
But that's the point. Like, you can hate something as much as he hates that show, and still think that there's quality or that it's good or that
That's
you
the
can
lot
get why
of it,
people
too.
like it. Chip Chilla is not a ripoff because, again, list. All right, fine. The dad is ridiculous. That's all shows. Every show's a ripoff.
the way they teach.
Bluey is one of the newer shows, so Bluey's a ripoff of every other show. So no. Teacher Morals, every other show. So Bluey's a ripoff. Again, no. Another thing that people complain about. Let me see if I remember what the other ripoff thing was.
I remember.
What?
The bug pet.
Oh, that there's a bug pet in the. So what was it? Do you remember what the ladybug's name is?
Bug, I think.
How is original, guys?
Come on, Daily Wire. I mean,
So, okay.
you gotta look at Mr. Bertram, and then you're like, oh, I don't know about creative.
That is true. But the bug, I'll put a picture of him because I can't remember his name. I really can't remember his name.
I think it was Bug.
I hope not. Spot?
No, that's even worse than Bug if you ask me. Here's the thing.
Anyhow,
They said
he's
this
a little
bug looks like a
ladybug.
different bug. But ladybugs are going to look like ladybugs and Bluey's going to
Yeah,
be
but
blue.
it's a blue ladybug. But most of the characters in Chip Chilla are blue. So, yeah, the ladybug character would have to be blue. I don't understand why people are so heated that it has, like, little bits of different shows when that's literally what Bluey is. Like, you right now, Google references in Bluey, and you'll find
Undertale
multiple
references, Simpson
playlists.
references. And Undertale and Simpsons aren't something a 7-year-old should be watching.
No, but that's a
plain?
joke for adults, and that's a safe adult joke. Because some shows do adult jokes that are not safe for kids. This one was just a reference to an adult thing, which I think is fine depending on what you're referencing. They were referencing a silly part in The Simpsons. I'll put on the Flamingo episode. If you watch Simpsons, you know what it was. And I only know that because of the multiple reference.
Oh, and they had
YouTube Bluey
a
episodes.
dog Sans from Undertale. And if you know what Undertale is, it's kind of interesting, actually.
No idea.
It's a game about a guy. You hunt the monsters, and you kill them.
But that's the point. The point is that Bluey, Gladiator. Are you not entertained? Like all these things.
Gladiator is a great movie.
They have all these different movie quotes, and that's totally fine.
Well,
So-
what about Chip Chilla? It has a whole episode about Frankenstein. Frankenstein's a classic novel.
Yeah, you're literally allowed to do that. There's nothing wrong with like referencing
Slightly
things.
creepy novel, but then
Frankenstein. But that's the whole point.
it's a really good book.
That you're allowed to reference things. There's no reason why anybody should get in trouble for referencing things. Now,
Also, about wandering in the back of the woods.
again, it's a kid show.
It doesn't have to be realistic.
Like, if you're upset that they wandered in the woods by themselves, where are the little Einstein's parents if they travel into space? Where are the...
Magic school bus parents if they travel on the space.
Well, that's a good point.
They
are
shrink
Peter Pan-
down
where's any adult
and go into
Izzy,
another student's
Cubby?
body.
Yeah, that... Yeah, if you don't...
Doesn't that stuff any red flags? Literally, you have a cut on your knee. Let's dive in and see how that works.
Yeah, literally. Bro,
With
like...
the frizz. No
You're
way.
like, but they did this and they did that. Like, every kid's show is like that.
Every kid's just ridiculous.
It's honestly just a hate for a show that you have for no reason. You just hate
This is
it.
the guy who likes a show about a talking, walking sponge.
There's no reason why a children's television show needs to be realistic anyway. In any way. Like, it doesn't matter that they
Like,
were in the
how's
woods.
Little Bear realistic?
Yeah, there's nothing, like,
I love Little Bear.
if that's bad to you, then every kid show needs to start being, like,
Curious
striped
George,
or, like, getting rid of-
Wildcrats, Dinosaur Train.
Like, literally
Literally
everything. bro.
every PBS Kids show except Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
We've traveled a long way.
To get to the end. To
Yes.
say that Chip Chilla is not a Bluey ripoff. That is whack busted.
So I can make a short out of this. We're going to do.
I'm gonna make a thumbnail picture and I'll email it to you.
You do it quick, as fast as possible.
I will.
But so I can make a short out of this. We're going to run through. Ready? Are you ready? We're ready. Chip Chilla is not a ripoff of Bluey. We'll go through the boxes. 1. Is the art similar? Yes.
Yes and no.
It depends on who you ask. But to appease the eyes, yes.
Art style is similar. But the art style
Is-
for Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball are also similar.
Well, that's anime, but that's a whole different subject. But
Fair enough.
does the show teach morals? Yes.
So does every single children's show in the world.
Exactly. That would make every children's show a ripoff of another. Some people say the teaching style is similar. Yes, but
Not
Chip
really.
Chilla is homeschooled. The Bluey family just spontaneously does learning.
And with
every
Chip Chilla, they'll
second of the day.
take events like the Olympics or stories like The Three Musketeers or Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and teach a lesson from that.
Right. If you really watch Chip Chilla, you'll see that there's a very, very huge difference in how they teach. The dad homeschools, well, the dad and mom homeschool in Chip Chilla. And they use everyday things in order to homeschool their kids. Books, stories, famous people, all those things. Bluey, they're just exploring. And that's a good way to learn. But not similar. They're not the same teaching thing.
Now, both dads are goofy. Most adults in every single kid's show are goofy.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be goofy.
The parents, mother, dad, uncle, aunt, wherever you look, the adults in the show are pretty goofy. I mean, even in Bluey, the guy was talking about the dad, both dad, Bandit, and the dad in the show. The mom is goofy.
Lucky's dad, a Pat, literally, but it's goofier than Bandit, if you ask me.
Yeah, the fact that you're just willing to go along with every crazy thing that they do. Yeah.
They're,
But that's the point.
it's
And most
a
adult
kid's
shows
show.
are like that. In fact, you said Lucky, I thought of Spirit Rating Free. Like,
That show sucks, but
in your opinion.
that's neither here nor there.
Again, you can have your own opinion. But most adults are crazy in kids shows. All those things are reasons why people say Chip Chilla is a rip-off of Bluey. But obviously that's not true. So, to end the episode, people were so disappointed.
Guys, don't be biased, please. You can have biases on the favorite things that you like.
Well, that's funny because the guy literally says, the one we're thinking about says, I'm not trying to be biased, which he was the whole time. But then he goes on to say, literally trashing my favorite cartoon.
My favorite childhood cartoon.
My favorite
A
childhood
show where they're
cartoon.
licking butts on screen.
He's literally trashing they're literally trashing my favorite childhood cartoon, and they can't understand. You just said it's your favorite childhood cartoon.
So you're being biased.
That shows your biasness. You just admitted it's your favorite thing. Now, there's a difference about being honest about what you like, so people can go, well, they do like this, so it kind of makes sense. So you can be completely honest and fair, but you're literally saying that their point about not liking SpongeBob at all and for not watching it is ridiculous because it's your favorite thing. That's not a good reason to base an opinion off of. Just because it's your favorite doesn't mean other people have to like it. Like when people ask us, why don't you have fun? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? That's my favorite. It's like when people ask us about what's this stupid thing that everybody's into?
Game of Thrones.
No.
Taylor Swift.
No.
Fortnite.
All of those are good examples, but no. And some of the stuff we don't do, so we don't know. We really don't know. But doesn't mean people get to make fun of you for not knowing. It's one of the things I was talking about with one of my
Being a
friends.
Giants fan.
That one, sports team, you get to a little bit rubbing things. Just a little bit.
If you want to make a friend, here's a tip. Don't start with, I'm a Cowboys fan.
Ignore him.
That's it.
No, but seriously, I was talking about one of my friends about this, and we were talking about that people just assume you have to have seen it or like you're weird. Like that's not a fair assumption. It's really mean and unkind. And just because you're obsessed with it doesn't mean other people have or had or have to watch it. Like that's not how that works.
Listen to it, read it, play it.
That's true too. And I don't understand why people don't understand that. But maybe people will pay attention now.
I really feel like our roles were
But that's
swapped.
the point. But that's the point. So Bluey is a great show. Chip Chilla is not as good, if we're being completely honest.
It's not that good.
But Chip Chilla is not a ripoff of Bluey.
And we're not in Daily Wire or anyone who likes Chip Chilla. We're not saying that Chip Chilla isn't good or can never get better.
Right.
No show is ever going to touch Bluey
As far as we
for
can
now,
tell.
because
No
it could get worse.
No,
Who
not
knows?
forget get worse. Maybe they'll figure something out. I don't know. But the thing with Bluey is that it's just so realistic to parenting and how kids behave, and the children acting is so good. That was another thing that people say, that the Chip Chilla acting isn't good. It is good. Like that's again more biasness. That's not fair. But Bluey is just so good. The art, the actors, the characters, the music, that it's really hard to touch. So most shows are not as good as Bluey. And that's not a bad thing. It's just that Bluey is peak. And every other show is pretty
Not
good.
as peak. I'm still
not as
astonished you
peak.
just said peak.
But that's the point. Like, there are good kid shows out there. Like, let's name a few. So people like Here's George, Backyardigans,
Peep in the Big Wide World, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends,
Jimmy Neutron,
Pokemon.
All those shows are good shows. But if we were to throw a poll, Bluey would probably win. So, all those shows are not as good, but it doesn't mean that any of those shows are bad. It just means Bluey's the best. So when we say Chip Chilla is not as good, we just mean that it's
like saying Max
purely
Holloway
not
isn't
as
a good
good.
fighter because Alexander Volkanovski beat him 3 times.
yeah, that's an unfair. That's something most people aren't gonna get on our channel. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Something a little more relevant to her.
Alexander
Yes.
Volkanovski is one of the greatest fighters ever,
Yeah, he is champion,
but Max Holloway is also one of the best. Just obviously
and he is
not as
champion
good.
also.
Well, kind of champion.
That is champion.
He's the BMF.
BMF. Wait,
The only guy to have the BMF title and win a fight.
that is true. Which again, you may not understand why that's important, but
It's very big.
it is really big. But
So there you go. I wonder if 50 years if in like 50 years the BMF title is gonna be like changed all the way up to like the heavyweights.
you mean like get up there?
Yeah, like one day someone moves up rank,
wonder.
beats him, moves up rank, goes move.
Maybe.
Or
I don't
maybe
know.
Max retires or somebody retires with the BMF and then they take it up, you know.
That is true.
Like I think a BMF person
You know
was
who's
like
fighting him for the BMF?
Charles, right?
Yeah, soon. I don't remember his name. Listen, Charles was a champion.
He's
We
probably
have
just
to
gonna
give
lay
it to
on
that
him.
man. No. Holloway's too long and too good for that.
Hope so.
But
You know who will be a great shoo-in for a BMF title?
Who?
I hate him so much. Alex Pira.
I feel like every channel or every episode we do has a segment of ADHD moments.
He does. I hate Alex Pira a lot, but he's so good.
He is really good at it. That's a great example. Okay, so there's
There-
a Brazilian fighter named Alex Pira. Poetan Pira.
Poet.
It's something to do with the Indian fighters.
Oh, not the Indian, his native
Native.
Brazilian.
Yeah, but they were Indians.
Those guys were all not Indians.
They were Native American.
That's what
They
we do
had
call
Native
Indians, right.
American. Right.
And they were
So-
so cool. Wherever you
That's his fighter name. We can't stand him. I can't stand him. I couldn't. He is one of the best fighters out there. His knockout power is insane. There are very few, if none. There are very few, if none, if no, fighters that fight like him. Like there's only 2 that can ever pop to my mind that can have that type of power. John Jones and Tapora. Those are the only 2 people that I can.
And
think
those guys are
currently.
goats.
I'll say currently because my fighting history only goes 3 years back.
Oh, Chuck Liddell.
Again, 3 years back is all my
Right.
fighting knowledge goes. So
Never lost, yeah.
currently, there is nobody who has not got power quite like Alex Spira. Let that be said, I cannot stand him.
I don't like him as a person.
He's got a horrific attitude. Now, people really like him. People say he's a good person. People say this. Don't like him. However,
He's awesome.
as much as I can't stand him, it is not fair to claim that the guy is not a good fighter.
He's also really big. He can throw fast kicks and
So-
punches.
You can have your opinion, but once your opinion starts weighing out the truth,
It's no longer.
You
It's no
need-
longer an opinion. It is a bias.
no, it's not a biased opinion. It's two different things.
Very true.
But it's no longer an opinion that is
Valid.
valid because your biasness for something is now weighing out the truth of what something actually is. Because in reality, you can say you don't like this thing, but understand why it's good. And again, that's what Alex Spira is. Like, don't like him at all, not even slightly. Like, there's nothing you could ever say that would ever get me to like this human being in the world. Like, there's nothing. But
Is he awesome?
to say that man doesn't have knockout power,
Or is not a cool fighter?
is not a good fighter, or you like that is the most astonishing thing I would have ever. If anybody would ever say that, I balance out Joe Rogan's love for Alex. I'm his balancer. So God made him Joe Rogan, and he was like, this man is gonna love Alex Pierre, who's gonna be born after his time, but he's gonna love that man. Then God created me after Alex Pierre was born. He was like, okay, Joe Rogan is going to love him. It's going to like set the course. That is what's going to happen. But people are gonna find his love for this guy obnoxious. So
And
I need to
Joaquin's just
create-
there.
I need to create somebody that's going to have a disdain for this man.
What do we got over here? Lily. We'll take this random. We'll just throw her on.
This one.
She's
is
not
the
even going to
one-
know what UFC is for the beginning of her life.
Yeah, it would take her
That'll
until
be
she's
interesting.
15 to finally understand UFC. But once she gets there, she will be Joe Rogan's equalizer. There will be a balance.
Equalizer. I'm not the only one who thinks Equalizer versus John Wick would be awesome.
Probably not.
No, well, at least someone wants an epic rap battle of it, but I'll still count that.
But
That would be cool.
that's kind of the point, guys. So, really, really fast.
Bluey is not a ripoff of a chinchilla because the art style may be similar, but everything else is totally different, and everything else does not align with everything to call it a ripoff.
That was really fast.
They didn't understand a word I said. Either way. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share it to your friends, and also check out Girls Only with a Godly Heart.
That was nice.
Well, I have to kind of be nice. Liliana has a podcast with our other banana.
Yeah, because we're all bananas, I guess.
We're all the little bananas. Again, I think the name is self-explanatory. The Girls Are Only with a Godly Heart. They will talk about things about being a female Christian or a female homeschooled Christian who are also female. I don't know how many times I have to say that. It is really good. I'm not saying it because she's right in front of me. I'm saying it because it is good quality. It's very funny. It's very good. Check out my channel. You see, I added to yours before you mine. The Banana Brick Road. No, that's not right. Yeah, Banana Brick Road Productions. It's slowly growing. I've only had it for 4 months, so
It is growing pretty fast.
we'll see how this
It's only been
goes.
4 months.
And I guess I'll do this a shout out. Check the Once Blind podcast.
What's blind? You have to properly.
The Once Blind Yeah, I'm about it. The Once Blind podcast, which is, I guess, if you understand what Once Blind means, it's very self-explanatory. But your host, great man, texting my dad, really dives deep, dissects the Bible, dissects the church, and really gets. If you listen to him, God can use him to get close to you, or you can use him. God can use him so you can get close to God. Because I don't think he can get you close. I think God uses him to.
That's true. On anybody. But
Yeah, but I'm saying the subject.
yeah. Specifically about the comments, leave in the comments if there's something that you don't like that you feel like most people like, or the opposite, that there's something that you like that you feel like most people don't like. If you have a good point on why Bluey or Chip Chilla is a rip-off of Bluey,
We'd like to hear it.
Put it in the comments. Now, just remember to watch the whole video so that you know if we did or didn't debunk it.
Ooh, one more thing before we go. I just want to do this because everyone else is doing it. Let's do some playoff predictions.
You really going to do...
There's only 4 games.
We're so ADHD.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. All right.
Go ahead.
Patriots or Texans?
Dang. Patriots.
Me too. I think the Texans have the best defense in the league right now, but they don't have the greatest offense. I don't think they'll help them out against Drake May.
Mhm.
All right, then. Bills or Broncos?
Fudge. All right, so the Broncos... If you don't understand what I'm saying, guys, I really want you to check it out because I'm going to sound like a psychopath, but it's true. Broncos cheat a lot on the defense. There's a lot of cheating on that defense. So, because of that, I think the Broncos are going to win. But I want the Bills to win.
Heck yeah.
Like, I hope the Bills win.
I think the Broncos are going to win, but I want the Bills to win. All right.
But if the Broncos don't cheat, the Bills should be fine.
Yeah.
But knowing the Broncos, there's going to be a lot of cheating.
I mean, I hate the Eagles as a Giants fan, but they cheated the heck out of the Eagles.
Yeah, they even cheated the
I
Eagles.
forgot who went up to catch the ball. I forgot his name. He's a good wide receiver, but as he goes up like this, with an awesome touchdown, they all grab him. One by the horse collar, and you slam him on the ground, and the football goes out. You're not allowed to horse collar. You're not allowed to touch him until the football's in his hands. Most importantly, you're not allowed to slam him on the ground 3 guys. That's past. That's unnecessary roughness. I hate the Eagles. I don't hate Eagles fans. I hate the Eagles. I hate the Broncos. My least favorite team. Either way, back on the subject. 49ers or the Seattle Seahawks?
Ooh. I don't know enough about either team to probably guess, but I'll just guess 49ers.
I think 49ers will win if Brock Purdy keeps playing quarterback the way he is, and if he keeps catching the ball better than almost every wide receiver, because he also caught the ball exceedingly well. And I think the 49ers are just gonna be fine. And last but not least, the Bears or the Rams?
Bears or the Rams? Bears or the Rams? Bears have been doing really good for no reason.
No one saw that coming. Literally, the first episode Charlie Kirk posted out, the last one he ever posted out himself when he was alive, was the NFL came back to ruin my day or something, my month, my season. Because he says, we were so close to winning against the Vikings, and we just threw it away in the second half. And then he dies. Next time, Bears lose.
Maybe they were like, we have to.
Bears lose the next game, and then after that, they lost 2 games.
Yikes!
Now they're 13-4, 14-3. It's 12-5.
Good.
That's amazing.
I'll check so we can properly put up the right score on the screen. But they're in the playoffs, which means they have to have one.
They beat the Packers, who beat them twice this season.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Bears.
The Bears, I think, are going to destroy the Rams.
Let's have a Charlie Kirk playoff.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Or a Super Bowl.
My problem is one of our uncles is a Bears fan, so
I don't want them to win. Just make it to the Super Bowl. That's all.
that'd be nice.
That's all I want.
Either way. Sorry, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in, like I said before, and we'll see you on the split side. Bye.
Willie, bye.
Bloopers?
Bloopers.
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 He got a movie before you did the show.
Your entire legacy is based off a Mel Gibson movie.
That's true.
No.
What?
If there's a difference between you and me, Willie, I thought I was actually free, Willie. I got my face on the quarter where you were drawn and quartered.
Oh, William?
Yeah, William Wallace versus George Washington.
That's funny and good.
See you on the flip side,
Willie. Chili.
Do you call her Willie or Chili?
Willie, Chili, Billy, on a time. See you on the flip side, Willie.
I know I'm wearing this backwards, but I like wearing it backwards.
You don't really necessarily wear it backwards, just on the wrong side.
That is true.
These wires remind me of Steve Irwin. Danger, danger. He'd yell danger, danger, but... Yeah.